Every day we are surrounded by beautiful things such as nature, which go unnoticed. These things are in our normal routine and are always around us each day, providing what is nature's beauty. Imagine one day you wake up and there are no trees, flowers, or sunshine. Hello, parents, students, and faculty. My name is Roxy, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the value in things. There are the ones which are quite obvious, like our health, our families, and our jobs. I'm going to be talking to you about the not so obvious ones. The first thing that I feel is very valuable is nature, as I briefly discussed a moment ago. We do not realize exactly how amazing nature is. It has withstood billions upon billions of years of many different things that could destroy it.
Life, with an estimated 3.8 billion years of existence and evolution on Earth, it's an odd thing indeed. So how did we get here? And what would the Earth's 4.5 billion year timeline look like compressed into a normal day of 24 hours? The story begins early in the morning, around 4 a.m., with the rise of the first simple, single-celled organisms. However, these organisms are destined to spend quite some time alone. At 1 p.m., a simple cell engulfs another, creating a symbiotic relationship and the first eukaryotic cells, or cells with internal organs. At 6:30 p.m., these cells begin to form colonies, and thus the first multicellular life develops. But it isn't until 8:30 p.m. that sea plants appear, and 20 minutes later we suddenly see animal life erupt in an explosion of inventiveness. Jellyfish, the first true vertebrates, trilobites. Incredible diversification begins to take place, and just before 10 p.m., plants begin to appear on land, followed by land mammals. By 1024, the Earth is covered in carboniferous forests, and the first winged insects appear. Many reptiles dominate the land with less than an hour left, but a mass extinction event allows dinosaurs to storm the scene and remain until 11:41 p.m., when they too suddenly vanish. And so begins the age of mammals. In the last few minutes, apes split from the old world monkeys, and with only 1 minute and 17 seconds left before midnight, humans emerge. All of the recorded human history fits within a few seconds, an individual life lasting barely an instant. All a culmination of 3.8 billion years of life. This ASAP Science video was made possible by the support of Audible.com.
When the span of a human life is compared to how long Earth has been in existence, human life is a mere instant. This is amazing to think about. Each one of our lives is less than a millisecond long compared to how old the Earth is. People do not realize all the beauty around us. Some artists spend months and even years trying to recreate nature in canvas form. We are always so engrossed in our technology and fail to realize the amazing things right in front of us. Unlike our phones or cars that can break, nature will never break. In nature, there will never be a mechanical breakdown. While there have been wars, pollution, nature has withstood it all. Everything that has been alive has been recycled in nature. On the other hand, mankind has created things that are non-recyclable. People have been trying for decades to create energy that nature has already created. This is just amazing in itself. Of course, modern day technology is amazing as well, but it cannot compare to nature. All of our modern day technology is derived from nature as well. We often forget how fantastic nature is. Nature is a definite thing that we will always have, and we forget how amazing it is to have a constant thing that we can depend on, and we forget the gratitude of that. We take time for granted in a different way. We always think that we have all the time in the world, but we don't. In a way, we overestimate time and we underestimate nature. Since I feel that other people can express my feelings better than I can myself, I'm going to read you a quote. If you want to know the value of a year, ask a person who has just failed the university entrance exam. If you want to know the value of a month, ask a mother who has just given birth to a premature baby. If you want to know the value of a week, ask a person who has had cancer at the last period. If you want to know the value of a day, ask an editor of a daily newspaper. If you want to know the value of an hour, ask a person who has just been stuck in an elevator. If you want to know the value of a minute, ask a person who has just missed a bus. If you want to know the value of a second, ask a person who has a relative that has just died in a traffic accident. If you want to know the value of a tenth of a second, ask a person who has just won the silver medal in the Olympics. When time passes, it never returns. So don't live as if you had 1,000 to live. Live as if tomorrow was a day at the end of the world. By Unknown. This quote puts in perspective of how most people do not value their time on earth. I know that saying that you should live your life like there is no tomorrow is very cliche, but it is also true. Most people live like with their life with the I'll do it tomorrow attitude, but if not now, then when? I personally think that if you want to do something, then you shouldn't wait. If you want to do something, why wait? There is no certain set amount of time. I stayed in a hotel in Ukraine this summer, and it recently got burned down in a riot. I could have been in that hotel when that happened. You have to worship the time you have on this earth. Time is different than nature because nature is a consistent thing in our lives, where on the other hand, nobody can tell how much time we have left. We often forget that one day we could never wake up. The sheer fact that we opened our eyes to yet another beautiful day on earth this morning should make us feel grateful. We often just focus on the big things like weekends, the holidays, or the vacations we've been dreaming of for years, and we forget to cherish the little moments in time that make us who we are. It's great to have big goals to strive for, but we can't forget each day, hour, or minute. I know that there are those days that we wish never happened. Those bad days, the ones where you got your test grades back, just broke your new phone, or slipped and fell on ice in front of everyone. Were those days annoying? Yes, of course they were. Were they life-altering? No. These days are hard to appreciate. I understand completely. I've had them. But for every one of those days, there are about 20 amazing days that went unnoticed and unappreciated. Most people usually point out all of the bad things that happened in the day instead of thinking about all the good things that happened. Once you start realizing all the good things that are important throughout your day, you'll be so much more happier. I guarantee it. Now think about one of those bad days you had. Did your friends try to cheer you up? Yes, I know they did, but they may have not succeeded, but they tried. You have somebody who cares enough about you to try to make you feel better. Often, we don't realize how important they are. I found out how much I take my friends for granted when I went to a foreign country for 2 weeks with nobody under the age of 45 except for myself. I would wake up at 6 a.m. every day throughout those 2 weeks and go to multiple different historical places in Ukraine. First, let me tell you that there is no cell service in Ukraine, and apparently most hotels in Ukraine do not know what Wi-Fi is. I couldn't contact anybody almost the whole entire trip. I could feel my soul slowly deteriorating. When I wasn't traveling around Ukraine, I would be reading Ukrainian books that I couldn't even understand. The whole trip I missed my friends, and at first I was very lonely, but I soon learned that you can be friends with anybody no matter what age or language they spoke. I never realized how much on a daily basis I talked to my friends until that trip. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing to travel there, but it was lonely. When I was in America, I could easily just call somebody up and make plans with them if I was bored. In Ukraine, I couldn't even contact anybody, let alone make plans with them. You should always know how important your friends are. For me, I feel that my friends are a part of me and they shape who I am today. They have taught me important life lessons, and my friends will always be there for me. If you have found the friends that accept you from the bottom of their hearts and love you at your best and worst with no judgment in any mood, appearance, or emotion, never let those friends drift away. Respect them and treasure their very presence no matter what. If they are the forgiving type of friend and forgive you no matter what, they will still be hurt no matter what. These are the type of friends you should surround yourself and realize how important they are. Many people don't notice these selfless people and always want to impress the people that don't like them. I think you should focus on those people that will love you no matter what and cherish them and not worry about the people that don't like you. Don't let yourself lose those people in your life because in the end it will be your loss. Never forget how important these people are and always return the love they give you. What are treasures, riches, diamonds, and gold when you have no shoulders to lean on and hands to hold? Don't let life pass by you without giving you the love you deserve. The people who love you for who you are the treasures you've got to preserve. By Unknown. As we forget how valuable our friends are, we often take for granted the necessities to survive. You should be grateful that you have clean water, food to eat, and you have a roof over your head. This is a luxury that many people do not have. A few years ago, I went to New York City to visit my brother and see his new apartment. I took the train there, and as I was getting off the train, I saw an old man searching through a garbage can of a hotel. His clothes were tattered, and I could see his bones sticking out everywhere. This struck my heart with an immense amount of sorrow. I wondered when the last time he had eaten. Even though I wasn't the cause for his struggles and misfortune, I still felt very guilty. I thought of all the times I had refused to eat something I didn't like or thrown away food because I was full. That was normal for me to do, and I wouldn't think twice about throwing food away. I realized that if whenever I wanted to throw food away, if I had just given some of it to the poor, I would be helping so many people. These are just a few things that humans take for granted. People never realize just how lucky we are, nor how valuable things are. I know that I can't force you to do anything I'm telling you to do, but I hope I have inspired you in some way by standing up here. Many of us forget to enjoy the simplicities in life. We must always remember that instead of spending our time trying to build our life, we just should live it. Thank you and have a nice day.